When he stands behind me and the game's wrapping up, I'll go ahead and say, "Well, it was definitely fun spending the evening with you, gentlemen. I do wish you the best, of course. I won't be
Yeah,
staying in town much longer, but well, as long as I'm here, maybe we could have another game."
yeah. The like kind of the warmth that you felt, and uh, that kind of feeling. As soon as
Hmm.
Ralph kind of like stepped forwards, it's almost as if like the life was sucked out of it,
Yeah.
and they start to like clam up, and they go, "It was nice meeting you."
Hmm. All right.
Uh,
Cheerful evening.
uh,
Okay, so Julius is now talking to. We call them the traditionalists. They're basically stuck in tradition.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, this seems to be like probably about late 20s. Mostly um people from the fields
Yeah.
essentially, and they're currently discussing like crops and stuff like that, and like one of them is saying that some birds came to a shrine today, and that means that there will be good crops tomorrow, and things like that.
Oh, I mean, the thought of expanding the plot, perhaps. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of space at the outside the walls for more plots.
Oh, we're not allowed to do that outside the
Oh,
walls.
of course. But have you ever thought about expanding the wall then? Make sure we have more space here. That way we can keep out the outside more effectively.
I believe that we're only allowed uh, where we are,
Mhm.
and you get a sense that they're kind of like trying to think, why don't we expand the wall to like give ourselves more room?
I mean, there's
Um,
plenty of space. I noticed there's plenty of space between your walls on the edge of the forest, as it should be, for you to there to, of course, not interfere with the spirit they're in. And if the forest were to move closer, as it tends to do, then you move the wall back. You it's a seesaw of the seasons and the way things happen. You expand when there's space, and you contract when nature says otherwise.
yeah,
You're only observing what's happening around you, and therefore obeying the rules as they are. I mean,
yeah,
that's what I would do. But forgive me. I am an outsider, and of course, have these strange ideas. If it's too much, I mean, I apologize. Don't wish to interfere or anything like that, or propose anything that's out of turn. It's just not too much. But I do believe it's possible,
yeah,
considering what I've observed, because people have all these crazy things, ideas from the outside, and they think, oh no, I don't know, they fly in the moonlight or something. It's like, no, they're farmers. They're just people who live their lives, wish to live their lives, tranquil lives, believe in what protects them in a very dangerous world. Perfectly normal if I come to think of it. I mean, it makes perfect sense. Even a wonderful idea of having and I don't say fire, I say and I kind of point in a general direction outside of the walls. Brilliant. In that case, there's no harm to people inside. I mean, more people should do that. It saves them work. It's more efficient, and it just works for everybody. I mean, if when I get out, I'm actually going to go to the village elders somewhere else. Go, listen, the people up here who have thought out this very well have an excellent idea how to deal with that thing, which we shouldn't talk about because let's not mention that which can harm us. Uh, and I think I should spread that idea around. You think I should do that? Share with others? That'll be all right.
yeah. And they're about to speak, and then you hear like a crash, and hear a commotion coming from further in the hall. You just hear, "I warned you, girl! I saw you skulking around last night." And you see a rather tough looking man with kind of shaved heads and kind of in the same robes as
Mhm.
everyone else, standing over Trine, and she's like spilt something on the floor.
Okay, does he look like that she just dropped it, or was it seem like it was more intentional? Like he has a poster, like he has put it up, like put a foot in front of him or something like
Yeah,
that too.
yeah, it looks like he's knocked her to the floor.
I go there. This troublesome girl is at it again, isn't she? But I put myself a little bit between her and him.
hmm
Right.
She looks at you kind of like pleadingly, and then he says, "Yes, we caught her sneaking around last night after hours.
I
What were you
see.
up to, girl?" And she's just kind of like shaking.
I think she was hungry. I think kind of hard to work with. Yeah, children get hungry and they decide that they want to eat at all hours. Bad form, very bad form.
And he kind of stands over her and says, "Well, girl, was that what happened?" I was just hungry."
Mm-hmm. Growing bodies and all that. You see, never happy with what you give them.
Very well, I'll let you off this time. But if I catch you sneaking around again, and she nods and says, "Yeah, okay." And
You
then,
know, somebody's probably going to try to give her a berry or something. You might want to watch for that.
yeah, and he steps away, and she like kind of grabs your hand and says, "You've got to help me. I think I'm next."
And I'm still looking at the man who's turning back. Like, I know. Be careful though.
And she
And
just
I, and
like,
I and I squeeze her hand just ever so fast, like to give her
yeah,
reassurance. And I'm like, oh, I shan't go against your elders, child. Be mine. And I say very, very fake, right? Like 'cause she can hear. I won't go on against your elders, child. I am a foreigner in your lands. I will not disrespect their rules.
and she just kind of like grabs the stuff that fell onto the floor and like quickly scurries away.
Mm-hmm. And I go back. I was like, my apologies. I guess I have a soft spot for children.
Yes, well, she's been kind of an issue in town lately.
Usually in other places, again, I don't. They just sort of let them off. It's like, well, you can't live here. Just get out. Get rid of them. That's
Well,
it.
she's been poking her nose into the business of the Morphin, kind of following him around, entering into the forest on her own. It's
Hmm.
not right.
It's a dangerous place and disrespectful to the spirits. So we shouldn't do that. Um, I'm sure if she's get something to do with her hands and work, that will distract her a little bit.
Mm.
Uh, it's just restless energy. Children turning into young men and women tend to do that, and probably a little bit of hunger, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Okay.
No more than yeah. Um, and
Oh,
basically, but I get the feeling that they want to change things, but they're like kind of reformers, right? Oh, maybe we can make this small change, but they're still very much in the mindset of, yeah, this is. But if given an alternative, they'll take it, right?
yeah.
Is that the reading I'm getting? Yeah. Okay. So I guess do I have to make a roll, or that's what I get?
Yeah, that is. So what do you get off them as a reading is, yeah, make a relation roll. Let's make a relation roll. Oh,
Not bad. 14 for those who are watching.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, when you get off that is they are slightly starting to question why certain things are done a certain way, but it's been so ingrained in them
Mm-hmm.
that it's hard to get rid of that part of them. Like this is how it's always been for us. How can we do anything different?
And they don't know any better, therefore that's what they.
And change is scary.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So yeah, that's what you get off them. Okay, so Dumhal. You've been hanging there for a while. You need to make another feats roll. This is just your feats roll for the night. Okay. Yeah. There is kind of like a scurrying coming from like a bush off to this side, kind of where next to the village, and Trine comes out. It looks like she's been like recently hit, and she kind of looks up at you, kind of stares in horror for a while, and then just looks at her feet and says, "I'm trying to help you. There's something wrong with this village." And she's kind of looking up and says, Can you even hear me?"
I think you need to go back.
"I can't go back."
I don't know where my guard is, but if he catches you out here, I think far worse is going to be done to you. I think you need to go back.
"Well, let me just..." And then she kind of climbs the tree a little bit and like pours some water into your mouth.
No. I'll spit it out.
I'm trying to help.
Guard!
Oh! And then she just kind of like scurries down the tree and starts running.
Oh, fuck.
The guard comes over. It's like, "What happened?"
Someone tried to help me.
"Who tried to help you?"
I do not wish to say, but somebody tried to help me. I think you need to keep a better eye on me.
Of course. And he kind of gets his like little camp area and like moves it closer.
He's watching.
Kind of sits back in his chair and just kind of like folds his arms watching you. Okay,
I'm gonna have to try.
Alfie, what are you doing
Let's
at this
get all the
moment?
puns out there.
Oh. Oh. I'm sorry. I am much more tired during this time slot than I was expecting to be,
That's fine.
which sucks.
Especially for an investigation game.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah. Shit. So there wasn't anybody speaking during the actual harvesting itself, but
No,
has the person who emerged from the woods and went into the Demorthan's tent, has he emerged yet or not really?
nope. You haven't seen him yet.
I suppose Alfie might ask one or two of the other people that he's at least out in the field, so they've like seen him around a little bit. Just like, who was that lad who came out of the forest?
Oh, that is... that's Careful. He's come to rejoin us.
What did he do?
When you ask that, like, their kind of pleasant demeanor sinks.
Oh.
It's,
Of course. Nothing, of course, but
yeah,
how long,
nothing.
how long was he gone for?
Oh, just a few days.
Hmm.
He was sent out there to pray and think on... And then you get a sense that you're about to say what he did,
Yeah.
and then they stop themselves.
Well, if he did have any sort of failings, which of course I'm not suggesting that he does, what kind of things would he do?
Make a relation roll.
in a purely academic sense. No. Bad roll, here we go. Yes!
Okay. Yeah, so you get a 6. Okay. Says, well, might have been questioning certain things around the village, but that's all I'm going to say.
Sounds about right. There was, the trial for the boy. The one that is coming up. How does that work? You gotta bunch of the townsfolk together to be a jury. What exactly happens?
Well, they will... You just have to convince the jury. If you get the jury on your side, then, well, you can take the boy with you. I guess that's what our Aunt Celia said. Aunt Celia is the chief of the village.
Mhm.
And if you don't get the jury on your side, then the boy stays here. That's how I know it.
Seems like most of the jury has a bit of a interest in keeping him here, but that's none of my business.
Well, have you talked to them?
No. I would assume, but seeing as you're all so dedicated.
Well,
But
and they kind of like look over their shoulders, kind of looking around and say, well, I'd suggest maybe talking to them might help your case. That's all I'm saying. And you get the sense that this group that you're talking to are definitely on the fear side of things.
yeah.
They want to change everything that's going on, but they're too scared.
I'll see if I can talk to them then.
Yep.
Hopefully you can talk some sense into them and make them understand about that boy's plight. It's gonna kind of stand up. And are there any of the jury members who are currently out and about?
Yeah. Let me just get the jury members up. Because I can't read this book in this light.
Well, you still have the image up.
Yeah, on the,
Bella, Miriam, Leon, Arian.
Well, they're actual details, right?
Oh, well,
yeah, they're actual details. Yeah. Here they are. Cool.
Adele, the evil.
Okay.
She wakes at night.
So the ones that are currently around are Elwyn and Arian.
Okay. Were either of those out in the field? Or were they doing something else in the village?
Elwyn is you notice that Elwyn's limping, so he hasn't been out in the field. Arian, yeah, Arian would have been out in the field.
Okay.
He's about 35.
So getting up there in this universe, all right.
Yeah.
So that's kind of sidling up to Arian, and he's gonna start us saying, "You
Okay.
gathered up a good
Company.
harvest for shit. You gathered up a good harvest for a hard-working man getting along in the seasons."
Yes, that's true.
I'm sure. Sure, you'd be. I'm sure you'd love to have more hands around here to keep a hold of things. Probably don't want to
Well,
let anybody go.
well, I don't think about those things. It's not up to me to think about that. I just do the work.
Just doing the. It's not up to me to think. I'm on the jury, for God's sake. Hold on.
I'm gonna have to turn this light down. My eyes are dying.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well.
Oh, Jesus.
Shit. Well, you're on the jury deciding the boy's fate, right?
That's correct. I was chosen to be on the jury.
Good to have one of the working men in the village doing it. And that Outlander woman, of course, I'm not one to say it as I myself am from outside the walls, but what's your opinion on her?
Make a relation roll.
Here comes that one, boys.
An 8. Okay.
It's something.
It says, well, I believe that while she is right that the child was not given a choice, he is now part of the community. And you get a sense from your relation role that the whole he's now part of the community thing is something that he doesn't believe.
Okay.
But it's something that he's saying out loud because he's scared.
Okay. Well, I'm sure he is part of the community now, but surely some people who live in the community should also go out into the world to see what there is to see and bring your beliefs out into the world, right? And the way he is kind of looking at him is like, so yeah, I'm just saying this to keep up appearances.
Mm-hmm.
This guy needs to get out.
Yeah, no, he kind of looks around. You notice that the guy that's usually shadowing you is currently talking to another villager and distracted. He grabs your hands and says, "Get me out."
So he's at this. Alfie's gonna lean in, and he's gonna say like, "There are a few more people that I know that want to get out as well. You're not alone. If everything goes to plan, and we can get the boy out, I'm sure it'll be much easier to get you good people out as well."
There's more fence behind it all, and
I
he
think
just kind of lets go quickly.
And at that, Alfie's gonna kind of like put on a forced laugh, kind of slap the table, and it's like, "You are right. A mushroom really is the best source of food." Now, anyway, I should be on my way.
Yeah,
Extremely subtle to the point of formlessness.
He just kind of goes back to drinking. Yeah, and it's at that point, it's like has like a few scars like on his face.
I'm guessing he's transgressed a few times.
Yeah. The other one that's there, all of you that are in the common house can see him. He seems to be limping, and he's about 30 years old. And he seems to keep to himself. I can put this up a little bit higher. There we are. This is Elwin,
Mm.
and he kind of
Mhm.
like hobbles over to one of the tables and just kind of drinks by himself.
So he's actually drinking, right?
Yeah.
I basically sort of give a little elbow to the professor. It's like, I think you have yourself possibility there. The limping man.
I think so. And I guess game mechanics question. Healing HP is not the same as recovering injuries.
No.
Correct?
Yeah.
But that would still basically be covered by like science, I think, is where medicine is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like to heal, like you need to find out the source of it. You'd have to diagnose it first,
Mhm.
and then like heal it. So there'll be two separate roles.
Right.
Because you
Which
can't
I guess ultimately does begin with talking with him at some point.
Yeah, it does.
But you said he kind of sits over by himself alone.
Yeah, he's sitting by himself alone, yeah.
Hey, I love conversation, dropping in on people awkwardly, so I'll drop in on him awkwardly.
Okay. He kind of looks up from his drink and says, can I help you?
Oh, well, my name's Simon. I don't think we've introduced each other yet. It's a pleasure to meet you, and I'll just like reach out to shake his hands.
Oh, he kind of just that. Kind of puts his hand. It's nice to meet you.
I guess I should introduce myself further. I'm from one of the universities down in the city. And there's quite a lot of things I do, and I'm not, of course, a medic by trade or a doctor, but I do think that you're having a little bit of trouble there. I'm
How
sorry if
loud?
I'm being too blunt, but
How loud are you saying this?
I'm going to be very low about it, I guess.
Okay, good. All right.
I'm trying to be like friendly tone still.
Yeah, one moment. I've just got to roll for someone.
Yeah, I got to see if they hear it. Interrupt us before we even get started.
No, it's okay. Yeah. He kind of says, "Well, that'd be grand if you could help me with my limp. I accidentally hurt it hunting."
Oh, just a hunting accident. Is it?
Yeah.
Did you describe the injury? I don't. We shouldn't pull that out in the middle of dinner.
Well, I was chasing something and I stumbled and um, I, I fell and now my leg is in a lot of pain.
Could be a sprain. Is this enough information to try to diagnose it?
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, it doesn't sound like he straight up broke it anyway. So let's give
No,
a
you can walk on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's give a science roll.
Yeah, it's
12.
it definitely sounds like something like that. Yes.
Okay. And I mean, like, even as like a lay person here, I'm not trained in medicine either. I can say like, not walk it off, obviously,
Yeah.
but like, yeah, some rest, keeping it straight, doing this or that would definitely help out with it.
Oh, that's good. I was afraid that they would, and he kind of like stares into his cup for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yes,
anyone
it's no fatal kind of injury, and not for a hunter at all.
that's good because anyone that that becomes a burden is taken to the cave.
A cave?
Ah, shit, here we go again.
And then he kind of realizes that he said too much, and it's kind of like just keeps drinking.
Mm-hmm. Right. Maybe I won't press him on that, but maybe I'll go to sort of lighter conversation for the time being. And just sort of engage him in that for a little bit. It's like, well, the whole place is nice. I've noticed there's some natural beauty around here, this and that plant. Oh, I identified this one the other day. I actually drew a sketch of it.
He's kind of gets
Yeah.
that he's trying to be interested, but he's
Mhm.
scared that he just said the cave.
Right, and this is part of me trying to cover it up.
Yeah.
But maybe, crazy idea, I'll try to use the picture that I have and the information I'm telling him to kind of subtly get him to suggest where the cave is.
Okay. What?
And maybe he doesn't. The problem here would be he doesn't understand what I'm trying to do when he doesn't do anything, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So relation roll, I think, is going to be
Okay.
the personality roll, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I'm actually rolling well now.
Yeah. He stares at it for a bit, and then he kind of gets the idea. So you do like a kind of like a loose ring that represents the village, and then he kind of like a bit that represents the forest,
And
and he
this is where the
points to
flowers are, of course.
deep within the forest, and like puts a little X there.
I see, I see. Well, there's definitely plenty of flora and fauna around here. I should recommend maybe someone come out and do a wider sort of investigation of the different natural things here. There's always a bunch of naturalists over there, and they're excited to always see something new.
Yeah. And at this point, Geoff has finished his conversation, is now walking over
Yeah.
to kind of observe what you're doing.
Yeah, and at this point, I'm already rolling up the paper I have and
Yeah.
putting up the ink and everything. Go, well, it's been such a pleasure. I'm sure we'll have plenty more to talk about over the week.
He nods.
And of course, I'll just like give my little wave to Geoff.
Yeah.
And I'll rejoin the others.
Yeah.
Evening to you, of course.
And then he just kind of nods as you like walk past him. So it's now gets to nighttime. Jamal, make me a perception roll, please.
Hmm.
Okay, you are going to see this. So, you're not really on like it deep within the forest. You're kind of on the outskirts of the forest. That's where you're hanging. You see 6 figures and a 7th that is kind of barely clothed, walking into the forest. The 6 figures are all in robes with hoods pulled up, and it seems to be some kind of procession, and it just kind of walks past you and then enters the forest.
I don't recognize the barely clothed one.
You would have seen the young guy that got brought back into the village. It's that same guy.
Okay.
And yeah, he's being escorted by these 6 robed figures.
I assume by barely clothed you mean just underwear or whatever.
Yeah, just underwear, just what he was wearing earlier, which is
Got
like underclothes. Yeah.
I mean, essentially what they offered to put me up in.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So they enter into the forest, and then several hours go by. They come out. The boy is not with them. And that is what you see.
Noted.
Yeah.
So much for the trial.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
Oh,
he
this
was,
is
he was forgiven, but not really.
yeah. Oh, yeah. And then, yeah, you're all taken back to the room, make you sleep. Like, and then there's again the same kind of like knocking on the shutter,
I peek out, yeah.
Yeah.
and then there's kind of like peeking around the corners, trying, and she's like, and she kind of like runs, kind of like scurries over to the window.
Yeah, help her in and everything.
Yeah.
And she like gets in and says, I saw the Morphin leaving to go into the forest.
Mhm.
Took that. Took Karif with him, the boy that came back from the forest, and there was also those things, the veiled ones.
I see.
Mhm.
They're up to something.
Should we
They
check
take
it
him
out?
to- and when did they take him?
Into the forest.
Just into the forest. When they do this, he'll return, right?
And she kind of like, I don't think so. Last time I saw this, they took this girl I used to talk to, and they took her in there, and she didn't come back.
I see. And I'll go ahead and I'll look over at Alfie, and I'll go. I think I know where this place is.
Okay, then
You
what are
think
we
you
waiting
have any
for?
possibility of going there without being seen?
Let me. I don't know about that. If I had a guide, maybe.
It is the dead of night. Exactly how dark is it in the village? Pitch
Oh,
black?
Well, they don't have fire.
Yeah, I don't have any.
They don't have fire at
all.
all, exactly. Unless there's moonlight, it's going to be completely dark. The
Which
fact
also,
that they even notice the little girl at any time is almost miraculous.
well, I mean, it also
Yeah.
means that anybody using a fire is going to be even more spottable.
But we don't have to because I have the goggles. I'll just hold them up like they mean something and no one knows what they are.
What?
I kind of have a good idea what they might be, but I don't know.
Yes.
I-
You probably realize what they are.
So I can
think, yeah.
I can take you to the edge of the forest, but I don't know where they take him.
No, that'll be perfect. I have a map.
She says, "Well, I've gotten pretty good at getting around the village, so
can tell.
I can help you." And she's like, kind of starts climbing through the window, and the window is like enough that you could get through it.
Mhm.
So Alfie's gonna pull his chain shirt, put his pot helmet on, get his crossbow, get all his stuff through the window.
Okay. And is everyone else coming?
Yes, I will. Before we leave, we definitely need to set up proxies for ourselves here. So we're gonna take the blanket, gonna stuff some stuff underneath it, and then just leave it there.
Got the Lord
Good
of the Rings
idea.
scene where the ring wraiths stab all the beds.
Stuff that in there.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh,
Except one of the beds actually. Wait, is everybody coming or not?
should I go with you, or should I
The
pretend?
dog is going to stay here. So.
Okay, I think this will be a craft roll.
Oh no,
I'm not good at that, but
you're not good at that. What?
no, I don't make things. I don't use my hands. I'm a professor. I don't do things of value.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try. My creativity is
attention.
one, so yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well, if you fucks are gonna try, let's go.
Okay, so
What you do is you leave Julius behind, right? And you punch all the pillows in the same bed as Julius is in. So when somebody walks into the room, Julius is like, "Get out! We're having an orgy."
Nah, I mean you're huddled together for warmth because there's not a freaking fire in here.
so Julius is staying behind.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's just the two of you, right? Okay, I'll just wait for Griffin to come back. And yeah, you set up the kind of things just to make it sure that it looks like
Yeah, I'll do like if this is a race to the cave. Technically, I'm right now winning.
Velocity of 0, but he's winning.
Well, I just reminded that scene from Rat Race. Currently, he's winning because he's closest to the door. It's a race. Go.
and then yes, you with guidance from Trine, you kind of manage to make your way to the edge of the forest easy enough. Because it's pitch black, doesn't seem to be anyone around. The only person that you need to worry about is the guard that is now very close to Doomha. But
Right, so
he has fallen asleep because he has to sleep eventually.
And it's closer to Doomhouse, so that means can go around, I guess.
Yeah. All right, Professor, lead the way.
all right, I will turn on my vision glasses.
Okay.
They require a 11 artifact use roll.
All right. Let's see.
I don't think I can fail.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, I have a plus 12.
Holy shit.
Well, I mean, there's always the crit one scenario.
Yeah.
For reference, this is 10 minutes per charge for night vision.
There we go. So yeah, you get this like illuminated vision of your surroundings.
Do you just like set off? Professor,
Yeah.
where are you going?
Hold my hand. Just me.
Okay.
You start guiding him. Trine is left. She's
Try not to drag them straight through bushes and everything.
Yeah.
she quickly kind of runs back to the village.
Mhm.
And yeah, you enter into the forest. Okay, I think we'll switch now to Julius. So they've been gone for about half an hour, and then you hear the door going, and it's like a slow turn, the opening, and then the peeking in.
This is where you just move a little bit in your sleeve to just indicate that there's people here.
Okay, see if they're so that was a 8 craft, right? Okay. So that's versus this.
It's still dark.
Oh my god.
He is convinced.
Yeah! The guy with like the worst reason of the entire group. Let's go.
The worst
creativity.
disguise
Sorry.
succeeding against the worst observer.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
It's like just like a pumpkin as a head.
Yes.
We can't wait for
I mean,
the
I'm
two
there.
kids on each other's
pretending to be
shoulders
sleeping,
walking
so at
this
least
town.
there's somebody there that believes it. So
Just kind of shuts the door again, and the footsteps go back to the other room.
World Star.
and I'm grabbing my sword, my knife, just in case he went.
Yeah.
Things got ugly.
And yeah, you start heading into the forest, and it's pitch black, but you've got the goggles. But obviously, Alfie is stumbling around in the complete dark.
Oh, you do the hand over shoulder.
Just hold my hand, Alfie.
Yeah.
Well, he's like put his
you wanna
hands on
watch
your
for the rock
shoulders
there?
and walk right behind you.
Okay. So I probably can give you this map now.
Cool.
Which is the village and the surrounding area. Come on. Village and surroundings, yes. No, because there's a load of spoilers in there. Okay. That was worth a shot. Right. So yeah, you head further and further into the forest, and you kind of now and again get these glimpses that Doomhell had, which is these kind of shadow-like figures just out of distance.
Well, he's been fine so far. I mean, these things can't hurt him, right? Better not tell Alfie about it. Don't
Yeah.
need him to
What?
worry.
I am hearing some troubled breath. What is it?
And then you can, like, they seem to be kind of like prowling in the woods, and then you notice that they're in the robes of the villagers and kind of like shambling about, and now and again you hear coming from within the forest.
Alfie's just gonna like hiss in the professor's ear. What is going on? I can't see anything.
I will describe what you're seeing. So yeah, you kind of look over it, and you see that there are people. Well, they might have once been people, but now they seem to be like overgrown with fungus, and there's stuff coming out of their face. I think I've actually got an image, so I'm just going
Oh
to
shit.
show that.
Oh boy. If you change maps, we're not on the new one, by the way.
Oh no! I realized I had a load of spoilers.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I can't show that, but no. Okay, that's cool. Just getting that onto the thing. Yeah, so they may have once been people, but they seem to be kind of like overgrown with like these growths. So just call it fungus people. Yeah, done.
So we're the Last of Us now.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
That's essentially what you're seeing. Is I was trying not to say The Last of Us, but
I know.
Yeah.
But they're fungus people.
fungus people are not the cordyceps.
They're fun guys.
Yeah, there we go.
Hey, it's got
Oh
a
boy.
little something there.
Yeah.
Got a little something.
Little something, I guess.
Yeah, but you see like kind of different kind of variations of that. Like some of them are just like that, and some of them are more so that it's like kind of like covering their bodies, and their bodies are starting to become misshapen.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are some that don't look human at all, and are just kind of like shuffling about, like almost twitching as they move, like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what seems to be kind of moving around you at the moment, and then you just hear that as
Right. Best not to start the confrontation with them in
No.
hearing range of the village. Rev up the chainsaw, you know. That won't give us away. But yeah, I'm definitely going to try to avoid them and give them a wide berth. And it seems like if they're not bothering our friend, then I guess he's kind of fine. They've been doing this for a bit.
Yeah, they've just been observing him. That's what it seems.
Mm-hmm.
And they seem to like go out to the edge, and just kind of like stand around him, looking
Mhm.
up, and then kind of walk back into the forest. And then you can use this now. Do you want to follow them?
I think they're heading to the cave, so the answer is probably yes.
Okay. So yeah, you head towards the towards where they're going, and head towards a cave. And I do have a map for this, and it's uploaded.
Yeah.
So
How many of them did you say there
Yeah.
were? 10?
Oh, there was at least 12 or so in there.
Oof. Yeah.
Okay. No, I'll put this on another thingamajig
Mhm.
page, and cave map. Nope, that went in as a token. I hate that when that happens.
Yeah, I got to put it on the right layer.
And also take off the grid, because otherwise it just squashes down to the.
Mhm.
Cool. Okay. Right. Obviously, the numbers mean something, but they're for me.
Alright.
Good to know.
You're entering in here. Okay, so you're.
We don't see it yet.
Yeah, we're still on the first.
All right. Yep. I keep doing that. There we go.
Oh no.
Dungeon.
Okay. So. Apparently, I have to ask you now. Are you sure you went to enter the cave?
Yeah, well, there's at least 12 of them, and there's a kid somewhere in there, and I'm gonna look at Alfie and go, well, I don't think the rescue is going to be very probable.
Okay. Yeah, it's like a bit in a video game where it's like, this will trigger the end scene. Are you sure you want to go into this? That's essentially, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Make
All
sure
right.
you finish all your quests.
I don't know. I don't know what's in there. I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, you've seen it. You've heard it. You've heard it
Yeah.
shuffling past you.
Everything's shuffling around.
Yeah, I'll just like take off the goggles for a minute. I'll hand them over to you, let you see them, and then take them back.
I think you both need to make mental resistance rolls as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Is there a mental
It's just like
resistance
here.
button here?
Here,
Yeah,
Alfie,
there
take this
totally
mental
is.
resistance roll.
Yeah, here it is.
Alright.
Yeah. Face this unspeakable evil.
Oh dear.
Did that actually roll?
It did.
Yeah, you got a 7 and a 10.
Oh!
Well, no, my number is 7, so it didn't roll anything.
Well, I still got at least an easy, even though I rolled a 1 though.
Oh, I believe we've hit our first. Okay, one moment.
Yeah, you actually rolled there. Oh wait, no, I have a 3, so that should be a 10 then, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, like the way that mental resistance works is it doesn't seem to actually be like super equivalent. I don't know.
Yeah, it's got a lot of things here. It is just
Yeah.
D10 plus mental, right?
I mean, get prepared for
No.
Alfie to get sad.
I think
So no, we've hit our first scar. Can you roll a D10 for me, please?
Alfie's covered in scars.
Is it me?
Yeah.
All right, D10.
5. Okay, 5 is anguish.
Okay.
Let's read that.
So get prepared for Alfie to be sad.
Little by little, we'll feel anguish without really being able to identify the origin of anguish, of such anguish. They suffer -1 penalty on all their actions, which reflects the general condition. Okay. After a week, you make a mental resistance roll. If you succeed, the anguish subsides. If you fail, it goes on for another week with a cumulative -1 penalty, up to a maximum of -5. After which a new roll is made. This process is repeated weekly. You also reached your I believe you reached, yes you did. Yeah, you reached symptom. So you're starting to feel a bit more drained.
Okay.
Oh boy.
A bit
So
less focused.
Yeah. So crits are bad.
Oh, crits on sanity. Yeah. They only start when you hit symptom, but unfortunately, when you fail to hit symptom, so
Oof.
this was our first, what's called a scar, and I now write that under scarring that you have anguish.
Mm-hmm. And did anything happen to Simon or not really?
Simon,
Yeah, I was still asking, like, wait a second, I thought I rolled 3 plus 7, but it says 7.
7.
Like, my bonus is 7. I can't roll a 0, right?
Oh god, I think you've. What was your disorder again? It was
Paranoia.
you start to feel unease.
Let's go!
But is the dice roll correct, is what I'm trying to ask.
Yeah, it is correct. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, so there's something
like-
more going on than 1d10 plus
Yeah,
number, right?
There, like if you hover over it, there's a bunch of weird math
I
going on.
noticed there is. I have no
Yeah.
idea how it's supposed to work.
Yeah, it's yeah, so yeah, it's, I'm not sure how it's calculated, but it's mental resistance plus floor. What?
Floor is just a way that the
Yeah, which is why I'm asking about the base mechanic.
floor is just the way that the Roll20 determines that it doesn't come out with like fractions and things like that. It makes the number flat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay,
Floor
yeah,
and ceiling are just ways that you do that, and most people use floor for some reason. I think it's round down instead of round up.
Okay, right. Yeah, it's I'm not entirely sure, but I think it's generated it through the sheet, so it seems fine. Unfortunately, you did not beat the mental resistance roll, and that took you over the symptom.
Yeah.
So it's only in symptom, and it's only at the start of the symptoms you start to feel a little bit more edgy.
Edge.
A
I'm
little
just
bit
looking
more
at Alfie like
cautious.
this is definitely a trap.
Just like it's like this is definitely a trap. Alfie just looks over at Simon.
Okay.
We should retreat for now.
Okay.
I just realised this is going to end on like a perfect note. It's going to be amazing.
We should
Okay.
go ahead and head back before I have to spend another charge on this thing.
Do you want to head back, or do you want to go into the cave?
What? With one Alfie versus 12 of them?
Don't even have a
Implying
dog.
I'm to fight.
I mean, all
Well,
I
I
need
didn't bring Carl with me.
all he needs is a siphon and a fuckload of lamp oil because these guys probably burn very easily, which is one of the reasons why fire isn't let in the village.
Roll
That's-
conviction for me, both of you.
Okay.
It's very astute.
Yes.
10.
Okay.
Conviction. Where are you? There it is.
Okay.
Oh.
You do feel like a slight kind of like what's going to happen to the boy, but not enough that it makes you want to definitely go into the. It's up to you.
Well, I mean, to be honest, wait, actually, so hold on. Just to metagame a little bit, you said mechanically, anguish reduces
By -1.
everything.
Any actions which reflects the general condition, which would anguish. What would that
Anguish.
reflect? Oh, got it. No. It does not say. Great.
I guess you probably wouldn't put any penalty on Alfie committing mega violence.
No. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't say what it would affect. It just says, in very vague terms, reflects her general condition after. So, identify the origin of anguish. Suffers -1 penalty on all their actions, which reflects Oh, on all it's a separate thing. So it's
On all their actions.
trauma on all the actions which reflects the general condition.
All right. Well, I'm unthinking. It's in my character sheet. Let's fucking get him, boys!
What? Wait, no, hold up 1 moment. If we're going to do this,
I mean,
we may as well go ahead and rescue him from the tree first. Before we do such a thing.
All right.
Where's the thing?
All right. So we will go back and we will rescue our Demorphin.
Okay.
It's fire spells, by the way.
And as we're going along, Alfie's gonna select a suitably hefty looking branch on their journey over.
Wait, you don't have a weapon?
I have a
Oh,
sword.
yeah, you're looking for a torch.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm looking to bludgeon the guard into unconsciousness if he wakes up.
All right.
Oh,
We're
right.
waiting for Adamorphin to return.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get you all in. Right. Okay. So, Julius, you hear a tapping at the
Hey.
at the window.
I carefully, with one ear to the door, I go to the window. What do I see?
It's Trine. Says, and she says that your friends have gone into the forest. I think they've gone after those things. You might want to go and help them.
Right,
I'll
then.
take you there.
Let's go. And I grab my stuff and
Yeah. And then she leads you to the forest side. At that point, you two have come to the outside of the forest and meet up with Julius. Do you want to tell him what you saw?
Julius, there's quite a
Fungus.
fungal infection going around here, and I'm not sure I have the medicine for it.
I got the medicine right here, and he's gonna draw a sword.
Fungus. What do you mean?
I mean, there are a number of people who appear to be infected, wandering around, and do not appear to be fully in control of their faculties, given the fact that all they can do is drool and moan.
So that's what they're doing with the people who disobey.
I would think so.
What's the purpose other than feeding them to the... Do I recognize any occult thing that deals with fungi? Or actually, that would be more nature, right? There wouldn't be any...
Yeah, it's definitely like the only thing that is popping to your mind is that it could be Feyond, which I guess you, being an occultist, would see as demons rather than evil nature spirits.
Yeah. So I'm going to roll occultism and see what esotericism.
It's
just a very strange case of athlete's foot that is spread throughout the village.
19.
Yeah, so whatever's in that cave, those things that you've seen are either like its minions or an extension of it. That's what you can kind of get an idea of.
So this whole thing is a lie. They say that they are being protected from the evil forest spirits when they're actually feeding the evil forest spirits.
Quite so.
Yes.
So you're gonna
about to feed a young child to it.
So you're gonna get your friend off the tree.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm now approaching. And I'll look up to him and go, we need to get you down. We need to save one of the children.
I need to stay here.
But why?
Don't you get it? They're turning people into mushrooms.
That was like a B movie line.
Yes.
I think Alfie's going crazy.
Going.
You saw them yourself, didn't you? Circling around you. They're merely waiting for you to be infected.
I've got a plan to save this town.
What's your master plan?
Well, for one thing, where the fuck is my guard at?
He's asleep.
He's asleep.
Because we all seem to be talking pretty willy-nilly here.
I'm going to say that you're probably talking in hushed tones.
Yeah. Like we're doing it in like stage whisper.
I'm sorry, what was the last thing you said?
What's your master plan?
What's the next? What's your master plan?
Oh, when I get down from here, I'm essentially one step below the moorhen in respectability and authority. And now that I've become pure, I will say that I have become visions from the Lord of the Root to expel those that are not pure from the village. Those that aren't pure, i.e., those that want to leave, will leave.
I think you're awfully
Convince that
trusting
show,
that
but you're not
the.
going to convince him.
Yeah,
It
I think it's awfully.
doesn't have to convince him. It only has to convince those that want to leave.
I really doubt that the Moorhen would give up his power that easily. If this is a cult, then
Well, it doesn't have to give up his power.
He's got a
Clearly,
plan.
people will want to stay, and he'll have his most loyal of followers rather than having to deal with those doubters amongst his midst.
Yes.
It will, in fact, start a fight.
well,
Yeah,
this doesn't. This doesn't.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was your plan not going to start a fight?
This doesn't set aside the fact that there's currently a boy being probably either killed or turned into a mushroom in a cave over there. And I would prefer to put a stop to that.
Yeah, roll conviction.
Who, me?
No, Doomhal.
Yeah, Doomhal.
Oh, you mean my worst stat?
Yeah.
God, I said I was going to give up smoking, but then Julius showed up, and fuck. Straight up roll
I'm pretty sure
conviction,
we're
or
all
is there a
terrible
tied to
at
skill?
aren't we?
I think it would actually be the opposite, which would be I think it's down below, which has like the floor.
Yes, the floor is typically down below. Very astute of you, GM. I don't know what you're telling me, though.
Would it be guilt?
Oh, you mean
Yeah.
faults. Faults is what you're
yeah.
saying.
fault.
Yeah, floor.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally don't know what the difference would be, since they're both the same number.
Oh yeah, it just means that
Flavor.
I'm just
You need
meaning,
to
like,
get-
combativeness and passion are literally the same roll.
okay,
Yeah, they're all attached.
Yeah.
yeah, Rolly guilt. Oh,
One success. I don't feel guilty. Sometimes you gotta break a few eggs to make an omelet.
one success of what?
I have no idea. You told me to roll it. I hit the die.
I'd assume that means easy.
Literally, it says
Yeah,
greater
that-
than one.
Yeah,
Plus
no,
one.
this wouldn't have been an easy.
There was no option. It just says add a modifier. That's it.
Weird.
That sounds like the sheet's broken, but never mind.
I want to point out this is what you asked me to hit.
Yeah, I know.
And the thing you asked me to hit says I succeeded.
Well, one success. You might need more.
I don't know. GM doesn't seem to understand what that means.
I don't even understand. Like,
I think you find
Either
that one
success or
success is
fail.
100% more successes than failure.
I think this is by degrees, though.
And this is where I
right,
this is
so
where I
you got
argue myself into be a fancy New York lawyer.
so you got an 8, right? And it seems to be lesser than what. Right, okay, I know what it's done, and it's weird, but no. So you rolled an 8.
Yeah,
with
versus what?
plus 0. Okay, so that is a failure. You feel some tinge of guilt, not much, but a tinge of guilt.
I think I'm aided by the fact that I'm also pinned to a fucking tree.
This is an additional tinge.
I can get you down, and I can deal with your wounds.
It feels good to have sacrificed 3 days on a plan that the party has ruined for me.
Well, we didn't know that they were turning people into mushroom people, so now we do.
I kind of feel like I wish you guys hadn't investigated anything at all.
Well, we had to do something.
At least it was very convincing.
Uh-huh. Alright, get me down from here. Maybe knock the
Okay.
guard out before you do.
All right,
yeah,
I'll
no-
help you. Alfie, do it.
Okay.
Seeing as he's asleep, would it require a roll for me to just bonk him on the head to make sure he stays unconscious?
Just do a stealth roll to get close to him.
Oh, I'm
waking him
terrible
up,
at that.
and then
Well, I get the stick ready just in case.
Aren't you literally right there next to him?
Well, not well.
How are you
we're by
stage
and he's
whispering
like,
to me if you're so far away?
All right, I'm terrible at stealth. Let's go.
just hit him.
I mean, I just assumed that this guard was already comical levels of bad, as it was. A
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. You knock him out.
little girl snuck up
Alright,
literally
as long as it's
to
nothing
me.
terrible. Bonk. Okay.
So
Alright,
yeah,
alright, what's next?
Again, I just
yeah,
want to throw out there that I went through horrible physical levels of torture for you. What you guys are saying, no reason.
Well, Guy's gonna
No.
be turned into a mushroom, so that's some pretty terrible torture. I wouldn't want to be a mushroom.
You don't know. There could be benefits to being a mushroom.
I can assume.
I mean, the first person might not have wanted it done, but the second person had to be convinced, I'm sure.
I don't know.
Well, their means of convincing seems to be just dragging them into the forest.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
Right, but I'm saying that they also come back, right? Mushroom people. Which means that, they're not like, hey, I need more mushroom people because now I find mushroom people to be hot. It's gotta be some sort of benefit that they see to this. That they think, oh, other people need this, even if they don't want it. This is better, somehow.
So how does the stealth go here?
no,
Well,
you're fine.
I bonk him. Like as long as it didn't go terribly, and he was already asleep. So
Yeah, I took in some minuses for
Oof.
that, and then you just kind of knocked him out. Yeah, you help Doomhell off the tree, and head into the forest. Do you want to tend to his wounds first?
might be a good idea.
I consider this to be a
Yes,
what,
I
by
do.
the way?
Yeah.
GM.
Well,
Paying attention. Great. I'd consider this to be a what, by the way? What's the M word?
Mordekyle.
Yeah, is this a Mordekyle situation?
Um,
With the Morthin is making... I will keep on to say use the word Faerun, which is the which is the D&D word for Forgotten Realms.
Feyond.
Feyond. The
Well,
Morthin is...
I explain quietly that these creatures are the extinction of the so-called root lord, and that is a demon, clearly a demon.
Well, yeah, I don't care what you say though, because you're weird. you're
Yeah,
an occult guy saying occult things, which is not really the same thing.
Yeah,
well, it is in this case because this.
You're like if the
Morthin-
ghost hunter showed up with dowsing rods telling me that a ghost was poltergeisting people, and it's like, no, this is really like a third dimensional creature. It's like if I know something and you're giving me the hullabaloo about it, it's like, man. No, I'm asking the
here's the
GM.
simpler
I'm asking the
aspect
GM because I need to know what my character
Yeah.
thinks, because I'm not actually sure as a player. Is this a Morkyle creating
Yeah, it definitely sounds like it.
Faerun? Sorry, I've already forgotten the word.
fanned.
Feyond.
Sorry,
Feyond.
knowing the word Faerun is fucking me over. Literally, this word that has never given me any benefit to knowing in the first place is now messing me up.
How bad off do you look right now, by the way?
I've been stabbed through both shoulders.
I kind of mean numerically right here.
Well, 2
scale
is
of-
better than 0. Is worse than 0.
No, he means how much health have you lost?
I know, and I'm not trying to play the game mechanically. I'm trying to play the game.
Alright,
Maybe-
well, I'm going to use my tonic on you anyway, then. Here's the activation.
Imagine that I had been stabbed through both shoulders and hung from a tree for about 3 days now, right?
You recover 3 points.
I'm not all the way better.
Yeah.
But at least healed a bit.
I also don't appreciate the use of magicite.
Mm,
You son of a
no.
I don't
bitch.
appreciate you bleeding out while we're going to go start a fight.
I don't appreciate your investigations.
I don't appreciate
don't
all this
appreciate,
arguing. There's a
um,
kid out there being turned into a mushroom.
I'm tired of these motherfucking
Jen-
snakes on this motherfucking plane of existence.
Gentlemen, please, we have work to do.
I try.
Let's
Alright,
go.
I pull out my firestone and aim it at the village.
Hold up.
What is this Firestone? A fucking cruise missile?
No, it's a small stone emboldened with the symbol, I guess, of what's it? Ba 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 ba. Now. Nope, not sorry. I push the top button, also scrolls, zooms in everything. Flame, fire. It's just fire, I guess. The symbol
Yeah.
of fire.
I will also go ahead and recharge my tonic.
No, but I really am doing this. It's not a. overreaction. It's one, it will give us a distraction in case anything comes up, and two, this is a Morkyle situation. I gotta deal with it.
All I ask is patience on that. We can do that.
You pulled me from the fucking tree. I'm dealing with the situation that falls inside my bailiwick and my territory the way I see fit.
I understand, but there are innocent people there.
There are
and
no
they're all
innocent people
asleep
there.
right now.
They're all willing participants.
are not, I
I
assure
have
you.
spoken with a few people, and they seem very dissatisfied and frightened of the true believers.
And yet they're here.
Yes,
Because they're
Can save
afraid.
them.
so is the son, and he's obviously not here on his own
But
volition.
if we
He's
cause
not
a
even allowed to
problem
speak.
now, their lives are in danger.
I'm aiming at the wall, right? You know, I'm not aiming at people. I'm aiming at the wall.
Oh, he's
Well-
starting a fire on the palisade.
Mhm.
I understand that too, but I'm saying drawing attention to it and indicating that there's danger now will alert them to dangers around them.
Yeah, and having a bunch of zealots make their way to the cave because something's wrong might not be a good idea.
If we deal
Because
with
there's
the
a
cave
fire
first,
on the
we can
wall
solve-
doesn't mean that there's a problem at the cave.
Well,
You know what?
something,
Just start fucking
something's up.
heading towards the cave. Fire.
All right, whatever. Let's go.
You decided to pull me from the wall. This is my reaction.
How much power are you putting into this?
boy.
Well, how far away from the wall are we?
Let me consult my map. About maybe 2 minutes walk away from the wall.
Is that less than 50 yards?
Yeah.
Well, here's a quick question. Could I have been considered to have been meditating this whole time?
I mean, yeah. Let's say like you would have been thinking upon.
All right, because that would give me the Rindath. I'll just use a level 3.
Yeah.
Spend all of my Rindath.
Cool.
Which would fire a fireball at this wall up to 50 yards away.
Yeah. So this fire starts on the palisade. It'll take a while to burn through, but yeah, it will be enough to cause a distraction.
2d10 worth of damage.
Yep.
Oh, do you want me to roll?
Yeah, sure.
It might not even go off. This all might be. Might be for not.
Go on, roll.
Yeah, it's 2 less than what I needed.
That's good. Oh no, you needed higher. Okay.
Yeah, I
never
needed
mind.
a 17.
All right.
All right, I've wasted
Alright.
no Rindath. And
Yeah, that's fine.
I guess at this point y'all are so pissed off at me you'd come running away anyway, so I'm chasing
Yeah.
after you.
Yep. Cool. Okay. All right. So, Ron.
Again, you guys gotta remember, there was a whole fucking temple war that killed hundreds of people over
Yeah.
all of your beliefs. This falls under my area of belief.
Yeah.
The fact that I'm
Temple
even with a
war.
Magicience person after my family got killed in the temple war.
All we were asking for was patience.
Well, you should have left me on the thing.
Burning it
there.
on our way out is the thing.
Literally, I spent
We
three days of meditative patience.
But now we're not going to rescue Grace's kid.
Oop.
Oh, I think he ended up. There we go.
There we go. Right.
Yeah, my internet dropped out for a
Yeah.
second.
That's all
But
right.
yeah, like we're here for rescuing Grace's kid. That kid's still in the village.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're acting like I have the power to nuke the village. Literally, I'm like setting fire to a palisade. Like 2 trees are gonna go on fire.
Well, I mean, like the
We're
the
worried
main,
about retribution. Not
These
your
people
fire.
are
Yeah.
so fucking afraid of fire that they are not gonna react the way that you think they are.
they're so afraid of fire. They're gonna be fucking pissed.
No, they're gonna be afraid. They think
Alright.
they think their entire world will burn down if one of them has a lighter.
All right, let's see what happens. But let's get to that cave.
Well, I was not
Yeah.
able. I mean, I don't use up the Rindath for failing the roll, but I'm not going to stand around because you guys. My assumption is that I fail, and you guys are already running. So it's like, oh shit.
Right, we gotta just get there.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
That I have no idea where I'm going, so it's not like I can just hang out. I get done
I mean-
that.
you head into the into the cave, you can hear in the distance screaming and chanting,
Oh fuck.
and it's
Mhm.
pretty much pitch black in there.
I
You've
will
got the
activate
goggles.
my portative nebular, as my goggles only
Oh.
last 10 minutes anyway.
That's a good idea. Yeah. So you light the nebula, and as you're making your way down the cave, you see all these kind of like strange reliefs of the what? Well, actually, your Demorphin will have to make a roll for this. So Demorphin mysteries.
Sorry, I was on the wrong part of the sheet again.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Just flat out Demorphin Mysteries.
Yep. Oh my god, yes. So looking at the reliefs and the drawings that are on the wall, they're all kind of foretelling not foretelling, but portraying the Agerwin, which is the war between the good spirits of nature and the Feyond.
Hmm.
All right.
Um,
Well, I mean, what does that portray?
When the Demorphin kind of locked them away.
Mhm.
They didn't defeat them; they locked them away.
Right, but I mean,
So-
specifically, it's not showing like a foretelling scene of it, right? Like,
No, it's literally just showing that part of history. And you're seeing all these different bizarre creatures and stuff on the walls that look like they might be Feyond. And then you see like the Demorphin overpowering them with incredible magic and then sealing them away. And those are kind of like foretelled on the walls. And then as you get further and further down to the cave, you get to here, and the chanting is getting louder. It seems to be coming from this location here.
Hmm. The master of the roots. Oh wait, I take my pull
Lord of
out
the
my
Roots.
sword.
I mean, Lord of the Roots.
It doesn't matter. I don't.
Chainsaw.
Right now, I don't give a shit.
Oh, let's just get this over with.
That's probably why the mushrooms are angry. I mean, did you just activate your chainsaw?
No,
Because that would
I
be
have it out.
super loud.
I know.
I mean,
No
imagine
one's
that you've
heard it
never
up
heard a
yet,
loud
so-
noise in your life, because we're all like that level of technology.
I actually have
Yeah.
hearing problems. I don't know why it's so bad for you.
Never heard a loud noise in your life, and suddenly you're standing next to somebody who shoots a gun. It's like, oh god, the
Okay,
world's over.
so do you head into the location where the chanting is coming from?
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is what you see.
Dear God, this cave is bigger than I
Oh
thought.
no. Oh no.
Oh dear.
This cave is
Uh,
orders of magnitude larger than this map would foretell.
That's the
And
big one.
yeah, I think that is where we're gonna leave it with
so-
you kind of stepping into this room. The Neventor has got his hands outstretched. The young boy is kind of like doggy paddling, kind of like trying to tread water, as this huge lumbering creature is coming out of the cave.
Shoot the
and-
bastard
boy.
in the back. Shoot the bastard in the back. Shoot the bastard in the back.
And that's
Die
what we'll end
monster.
tonight.
I mean,
Yes, with our minds shattered, reality
I mean,
torn asunder.
my problem now is that a Faerun, or is that actually a natural creature of this world? Because if it's a natural creature of this world, then he could still be in the right.
It's a Feyan for sure.
You say
Yeah.
that, but literally my knowledge would be the one to tell me that.
We'll just have to
Yeah.
find out next time.
You
I
are a
guess.
crazed
Yeah.
person with a chainsaw.
I mean, even if it was a natural creature, my guy's opinion would still be giant monster turning people into mushrooms.
Right. Again, the problematic thing that I'm facing is that human sacrifice, not always bad.
No.
So, The problem is that
That's
you
it.
guys are from a territory that also thinks sometimes that human sacrifice isn't always bad. So you acting out against human sacrifice makes you guys the bad guys sometimes.
We're acting out
Never
against
said
human
I wasn't.
sacrifice to a giant
Right, but if
mushroom monster.
if that's a natural creature, that is a natural creature somehow. I'm saying I don't know if it is or not. That makes them still in the right.
I don't
My-
think it's gonna
my-
wait
my-
around for you to discuss.
Like I'm pretty sure the church and the temple doesn't give a fuck if it's natural or not.
That's the problem, though, is that you're in the wrong territory to be arguing
Yeah.
the church and the temple stuff.
Yeah, except the church and the temple goes where I go.
All
Right,
right.
which is gonna get you and the mad science guy killed one of these days.
Yes.
So let's do some wrap up. What we got here?
Okay, all right. So yeah, thanks for joining me for that. I told you it was going to end rather spectacularly.
It's interesting. I'll give it that much.
So
Good
yeah,
luck.
thanks very much for that. Looking forward to the next week where we'll find out what happens next.
Oh
Shoot the
boy.
bastard in the
As
back.
the-
Shoot the bastard. That's not only my chant. Shoot the bastard in the back. Shoot the bastard in the back.
Thank you all for playing. I am. My name is Mark. I go by GM Crom. You can find me on Start Play. And yeah, does anyone want to say anything before we
Yeah,
head out?
people getting experience.
Experience. The adventure is not over.
I spent 3 days on a tree.
Yeah. 2.5 mostly because you were.
Well, no, you
I
guys
mean,
got me at night, so
Oh yeah. How much experience do I get while I'm standing here facing this tree?
okay. My counter argument to that, and this is a serious
facing
counter
away
argument,
from the
is that
tree.
I'm sacrificing playtime in order to do something I feel is important. So to be penalized for that is a bitch move.
I don't think anyone's getting XP.
I don't
to
think
be
he's
honest.
gonna actually.
No. I'm
No,
just saying the counter argument to what's being said right now.
Okay.
But no experience today. All right. I guess. So you've gone ahead and done your outro. I'm Griffin. This is Theta. We got more games coming up. Go ahead and join us for Urban Jungle coming up next, and following that, Dungeons and Dragons. And of course, we have games on Sundays and Wednesdays. Come and join us, 12 hours each of those days, and catch us on YouTube. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, buy plushies, burn the village to the ground, etc. Yeah.
don't put a
And
finish to the ground.
I go by Lessons Learn. I'm a Twitch streamer, and tomorrow will be the Lessons Learn podcast, hopefully, as well as regular training. I'm trying to look for a new game until Mass Effect, the new Legendary Edition, drops. So that's a thing. So follow
Now
me.
with less Miranda butt shots.
Yes. And we over at 10 o'clock, I'll be GMing into the Wild Coast, Dungeons and Dragons with some of these very fine people here. So I hope to see you there.
All right. Catch you next time.
Catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.